Hello everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and just this past weekend we had the Super Bowl, and for movie fans, it's a time to look forward to more footage of some of our upcoming movies that we're all anticipating for, but this year was a very disappointing year in terms of movie trailers for the Super Bowl, but what I'm going to be doing in this video is giving you guys my thoughts on all of the movie trailers that we got at this year's Super Bowl, and give my thoughts on each and every one of them. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on the Super Bowl trailers for this year and which one was your favorite. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first trailer that we're going to be talking about for the Super Bowl is one that came out a whole week early, the Scream 7 Big Game Spot. Now, I know that there's been some controversy with the marketing for Scream 7 as of late. I mean, the Scream 7 movie has teamed up with Meta AI, and people were not happy about that. But even though something like that happened with the marketing for this movie, I'm still looking forward to this movie because I have faith in director Kevin Williamson, and yeah, I just am excited for this movie. In fact, I just saw the poster at the movie theater when I went to see Iron Lung this past weekend. But looking at the TV spot now, I thought this was a pretty good TV spot for the movie. I do like some of the shots that we got in here, like the market house burning, and this shot, which I think is set in like a theater auditorium place, and you even get a callback to the first Scream movie with a store closing with a sign saying closed for curfew, which is something that happened in the first movie. One part of the show that I found completely interesting is that Sidney Prescott is on the studio for Gail Weber's new show, and Gail goes ahead and tells Sidney that her daughter Tatum is the same age as Sidney when the Woodsboro murders happened in 1999, and I just find that to be rather interesting for this particular Scream movie. Also, people have pointed out that they started to go ahead and alter shots from the movie. I mean, this shot right here of Ghostface holding the match before he burns down the market house is completely different from when we saw that shot in the official trailer that we got last October. And I am shocked and surprised that not even any bit of footage for this movie, including this TV spot, has not shown off Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher. They just been using the same audio clip that they've been using throughout all the marketing, and I'm shocked that they have not shown Matthew Lillard at all in these trailers, especially since Matthew Lillard's name is on the latest poster for the movie. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty solid TV spot, and it got me a bit more excited to check out what they have planned for the 7th Scream movie. We also got ourselves a brand new trailer for the upcoming sci-fi movie Project Hail Mary, and there's a lot of film fans out there really looking forward to this movie, and those who read the book say that this movie is going to be an absolute masterpiece. And while watching this final trailer, I gotta say, the movie does look pretty good. I'm not in agreement that the movie is going to be a masterpiece, but I am thinking that this is at least going to be a good movie, and I am really liking these visuals that we are getting of like the space setting, and like even this shot of Ryan Gosling in space with like this green planet in the background. That looks really good. This is one that, even though I'm not really going to go to the theater for it and wait for it to show up on Prime Video, I'm definitely going to give this movie a shot, especially since it's directed by Lord and Miller, who directed the Spider-Verse movies, and I'm going to hope that this movie ends up being good. And we also got ourselves a brand new TV spot for the upcoming Supergirl movie. Now, this really wasn't for the Super Bowl, but rather this was for the Puppy Bowl, which aired the same day as the Super Bowl. And this TV spot really did not show any new footage of the Supergirl movie. It mainly just focused on Crypto the Superdog. And this also gave us our first look at Crypto when he was a puppy, which, yeah, he does look pretty cute as a puppy. Other than that, not really much footage revealed from the Supergirl TV spot. They really did not show that much new footage for the movie. But alright, now getting on to the trailers that were revealed during the Super Bowl event. First off, we have Pixar's next movie, Hoppers. They went ahead and dropped a 30-second TV spot for the movie, and again, it really didn't reveal that much new footage of the movie, but it still got me interested and excited to see this movie, and this is a Pixar movie that I am very much looking forward to seeing. And I am hoping that this movie ends up being a success for Pixar in terms of financials, because Pixar really does need a huge box office win in terms of original movies. From there, we got a TV spot for Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day, and this was a trailer that I just saw in theaters just this past weekend when I went to see Iron Lung, and yeah, that movie looked pretty good from the trailer, and this TV spot also makes the movie look pretty good. In this TV spot, we are seeing a bit more of the alien stuff that will be in this movie. Like, literally, the last shot of this TV spot is of a UFO coming down to Earth. That shot looked very good. Other than that, I'm very curious to see how this movie ends up playing out, and what else ends up going down in this new Steven Spielberg movie. We also got a brand new TV spot for the new Star Wars movie, Mandalorian and Grogu, but this trailer did not really reveal all that much about the movie. It really just showed Mando and Grogu riding with some Tauntauns, and I assume is in Hoth or some snowy planet. And this really, again, really did not reveal much about this movie, but it was an alright TV spot in my opinion. I'm still very curious to see how this movie ends up playing out, especially since I've really only seen that first season of The Mandalorian. Then, completely out of nowhere, Netflix went ahead and dropped the first look at director David Fincher's new upcoming movie, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood spin-off movie, The Adventures of Cliff Booth. And honestly, this trailer did not get me that interested to check out the movie. Now, that might be because I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that might be the reason why I'm not that interested in this movie, since it is supposed to be like a sequel / spin-off to that movie. But either way, I'm just not that looking forward to this movie. But I know some of you guys watching this video might be interested in this upcoming movie, so that's something to look forward to, and it's completely surprising that Netflix just surprise dropped this. But now moving on to a movie I'm more interested in, is we got our first look at Minions 3, now titled Minions and Monsters. Now, I've been very curious on this movie based off of some of the reported details that we got with this movie, was that the Minions would be in Hollywood in the 1920s, just making a movie, and that right there really was confusing with the Minions timeline, at least establishing these prequel movies. But now here with this first trailer, I thought it looked pretty good, and it's an interesting take for the Minions going to Hollywood. And I mean, if Wonder Man ended up being a really good show, I definitely think Minions 3 could have potential to be just good at least. And it is now confirmed that Kevin Stewart and Bob will not be returning in this movie, which sucks. But I'm still gonna go into this movie open-minded and hoping that I enjoyed this movie. And yeah, I do enjoy the Despicable Me movies and these Minion prequel movies, but I'm just very curious to see how they're gonna be able to pull this off for this particular third installment. And the thing I found the most interesting is that the whole audio of the movie leaked online. Yeah, I am not kidding. Someone went to a test screening for Minions 3, and the entire audio of that movie ended up leaking online. Besides that, I'm going into this movie hoping that it ends up being a good and entertaining movie, and another good entry in the Despicable Me franchise. Finally, we got a TV spot for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and this was an underwhelming TV spot. It was just the same footage that we got from the Yoshi reveal trailer, where it's Yoshi, Toad, and the baby Mario and Luigi with that T-Rex. And in fact, that TV spot that we got just a couple of days ago should have been the actual TV spot for the Super Bowl for Mario Galaxy, but no, that wasn't the case, and this was a very underwhelming TV spot out of the ones that we got at the Super Bowl. And honestly, this year, in terms of the movie trailers for the Super Bowl, this was a very disappointing year. Like, we got some TV spots, yeah, that's for sure, but a lot of it was just footage that we've seen already, or just not exciting. The biggest surprise was that Cliff Booth trailer, because Netflix was saying that they're not going to be promoting at the Super Bowl this year, and they went ahead and did. But honestly, for me, the three trailers that I thought were the best at the Super Bowl were for Disclosure Day, Scream 7, and for Minions and Monsters. Everything else was kind of or disappointing. But that was basically the trailers that we got at the Super Bowl this year. I want to hear from you guys. Which ones were your favorite, and what did you think about the Super Bowl overall, just in terms of the movie trailers? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comment section. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. And have a great day.